Can you update us on kind of the security? So you mentioned some of the FUD or some of the criticism when Blast was first launched, right? I'm reading one crypto headline: Blast TVL hits 390 million with no product. The 3 of 5 multi-sig contract promising airdrop in 2024 would be a top 5 TVL. Basically, 3 to 5 multi-sig contract. I'm also looking on layer 2 beat, which is, of course, I think a pretty objective source for the security profiles of various layer 2s. You've got 2 of the 5 slices of the pie in green. Congrats on the green slices. And then 3 in red, which I'll note is similar to OP mainnet. What is the current security profile of Blast? Is it still a multi-sig? Like, what does this look like?
Stepping back a bit, it's the security profile of the layer is very similar to Optimism mainnet. The original source code started off as a fork of the opgeth, but it's quite different now. And just to kind of give some intuition around that, opgeth started as a fork of Ethereum geth, right? Go Ethereum. The code diff between opgeth and geth is smaller than the code diff between blastgeth and opgeth, the version that was originally used as a base. So because of that history, it's a very similar model from an L2 perspective to Optimism. When it comes to the security, so every L2 bridge basically operates the same way, where every L2 basically has a multi-sig that's used for upgrades. And there's many important reasons for that, but whether it's Arbitrum, Optimism, Base, Polygon, Blast, it's all the same security model. I think the reason why Blast got generated so much noise for it is because I think this is one of those things where it's for people who are really deep into the weeds, they would understand the security model is actually the same across the board. But for people not in the weeds, they'd be oh, it's this contract, which doesn't have a live L2 on top of it, is just a multi-sig. That's a really easy takeaway to take if you're not really deep into the weeds. But if you actually get deeper into it, it's actually the reality of it is that every L2 effectively has the same security model from this perspective. Now, they might operate in different ways, but when you consider security and the different attack vectors, they all kind of share this risk surface area. I just think that it was just an optics thing. It was very easy to kind of call that out about Blast specifically.
And Pacman, you are now number 3, or at least Blast is, by total locked value behind Arbitrum and OP mainnet, and pretty early in the journey, I would say as well. Are you going for number 1? Are you competing up the charts? Is that the end destination? What do you think it'll take to continue to grow here?
Yeah, I think there's a difference between emergent outcomes versus the inputs. And for us, the input is we want to build the L2 that provides the most value to developers and users. The most value of any L2. That's our goal. And we see the path to getting there is, you have this L2 with native yield where everyone's just earning that by default. But also now you're enabling new types of applications that are actually, like Robinhood, for example, right? Them charging, 0 fees, that's actually providing more value to the market than if they had charged no fees. So it's these business model unlocks. It's not just oh, it's a new business model. It's no, this is actually providing more value to the market. This is why these disruptive business models get adopted in the first place. So the only thing driving us is that we want to build the L2 that provides the most value to end users and developers. I do think that an emergent outcome of that is that, conditioned on accomplishing that goal, we would be the largest L2 by TVL and usage. But the input is really just, how do we provide the most value?
To continue leveling up your crypto game, then you need to get on the Bankless newsletter. It's the world's most popular crypto email and is completely free. Just click below to sign up.